Mike here with Auto Appraise. We're in Pittsburgh today looking at a 74 Pantera, a De Tomaso Pantera. This is a epitome of a survivor car, under 10,000 miles. I think we're somewhere in the sixes still actually. What's that saying? Or 9664, so yeah, still under 10,000 miles. Just started on this with the exterior pictures and just taking everything in on the car. This was the kind of the end of the production line for the American versions of these. 75, I think there was a few cars sold, but 74 was pretty much the end of it. Pantera means panther in Italian, and in Appalachian American it means heavy metal band. But what a beautiful car just off of first impressions. Just hard to find any flaws in it so far. Everything on it, panel gaps, paint, everything is just in excellent shape. Very quiet in here. All right, we'll dig some more into it. I'm gonna get the car up on the lift soon, as well as get inside of it. So we're getting into the engine bay here. Everything in here appears to be original just at first glance. Just right now we're going to check for right here on the back of the motor. Here's the stamp 06400, and on the VIN tag there, or the part tag, it is also matching to that as well. Now the transaxle, we got 9330. I think there's also another marker that I'm gonna find on here. I just got to look in my notes as to where to look, but originally came in looking like this is all original. That doesn't make sense, but yeah. No signs of damage. The original paint in here looks different than the other one I looked. The other one had more of an undercoating. This looks almost like a brushed on under the deck lid here as well. You're gonna hear that a lot. But anyways, just overall first impressions are good. I don't see any oil seepage from anywhere. Well, we got a little bit right here on the headers. Looks like it's probably coming from the edge of the valve covers there, but nothing excessive. Corrosion's actually minimal on the transaxle. I was surprised for the year. We have a little bit of dampness right there. This rubber boot here looks like it might be a little worn on there. I guess that's the clutch release. Looks like it's like just a little bit of seepage coming down, but overall good shape. I don't see anything coming out of the transaxle by the CV section here, so those seals look to be good. Alright, I'm going to get some pictures of this, and we'll move on to some other areas. So got the car up on the lift here, just checking out the wheels for now. Original wheels, a few touch-up spots so I can see on there where it looks like the whole wheels were just probably resprayed. From my understanding, these are magnesium, not aluminum. Which I don't know as much about magnesium wheels, but I do know that they are round. Overall, very good shape though. No major gouges or anything. There's a little curb spot right on this one there that I noticed. Little curb rash, but overall pretty good. I'd give them an A-. A little bit of contamination on the center caps, but I think these honestly will still clean up a bit. Seems like there's just a little bit of oily substance on there that wiped off on my hand. But overall, very good condition for the wheels. No major issues noted with them. Just these, you can kind of see, probably better in the pictures, just little chips that were filled in, or weren't filled in, but like painted over, and you can see. Alright, we'll get this up a little higher now and get underneath of it. Okay, this is the first look underneath. I'm going to start on video and then I will document everything else with the camera afterwards. There's a little bit of overspray from a touch-up job here. It looks like that. I don't know if this just looks like there was a little bit of either damage or corrosion, and on this area, the lower valance part, we'll call it. Mainly just cosmetically though. It's all solid there. These appear to be all original pinch welds in here. Just this little spot I noticed that shows any indication, which the owner, or Mike, the guy I talked to here at the automotive place, had mentioned that the front end was the only little spot here that they had ever noticed any, or were told about any damage to it, but nothing really through here that I'm noticing. I think that's just compound there. Yes, it rubbed off. Just a little bit of indentation throughout here. I don't know that that's damage as much as just like compression almost right there. It's like kind of a weird spot where there's these bumps and then there's a curve. It pretty much matches on this side. Like, it doesn't look too concerning for any reason at all. Original screw heads are in here. It looks like this piece was taken off and painted as well. This, I would imagine this whole section here, yeah, you can see where it was taped off, where it bled through slightly. But no signs for concern right now. A little bit of a drip here as well. Yeah. Okay, these are just bolts. That side you can see, and then this one was painted and got a little bit of it's almost like a Bondo or something that's stuck to this bolt. It's hard to tell. I don't want to pick at it though. Let's see if I can get my light on. Is that it? Oh, there it is. Let's see if that works out any better. Alright, coming from underneath, we'll start in the front. A-arms appear to be original, as well as the bushing, shock, suspension. Looks like at some point there might have been some touch-up paint done through in here. This lower ball joint actually looks to be potentially replaced compared to the top one. The top one's a little flat in there, but the rubber's still there. Yeah, it looks like there might have been light touch-up spray or something that going on in this area just in general. Probably covering up just light corrosion from just years. Brake calipers are in decent order. This little sensor of some sort has a little bit. Oh, there goes my light. That paper wrapped wire It's a little, not paper, but cloth wrapped. Everything feels tight on that side. Same with this side. Tires look to be new. I mean, there's no odd wear patterns on them at all or anything to mention. Just looking for any signs of potential front end damage. Right here, the frame was cleaned up a bit. And slightly oily there. I think that might be just from the steering components. Here goes my light again. The original cooling lines are in there slightly. They're rusty, but I don't see any leakage from any of them. And the big thing on these is the frame rails, which I'm going to go over here shortly and take a look at everything. We do have some newer hardware looking like it's poking through from the seats and stuff. Original pinch welds are all here. I don't see any signs yet of any metal replacement or anything. And luckily this car wasn't heavily undercoated, so we can actually see what's going on with the frame rails. The rear arm, these bushings are a little dry rotted. Through here appear to be all original components. Just the rubber stuff, that's what happens when it's 50 years old. Bottom of the oil pan has lost some paint. There's just a light coating of oil on the bottom. I don't see any major drips or anything. It looks like just the pan is seeping slightly. Nothing for cause of concern though yet that I can find. That panel there, these splash panels here, I think from my understanding these were stainless originally through here, and that's what appears to be on that side as well as this side. But this white piece here, I don't know if this was replaced. I'll take a look into there. That just doesn't quite look right, but we'll take a look. Alright. One small thing I just noticed is this, there's a little bit of coolant leak from around this rubber area where the cooling pipe connects in. Nothing of concern too much. It looks like just slight seepage, and it's mainly coming from that replaceable rubber hose. And then on this side as well, you can see a little bit more of the light oil coating, most likely just coming from the edge of the valve covers. Again, no major leaks, just noting everything that I see. We'll check the other side, see how we can see up in there. Not as much on this side, it seems like an oil seepage, but same spots. Now underneath, I looked over all of the frame rails pretty well so far. I'm going to get in there a little bit more just to double check because of the importance of these, but this car seems as solid as you're going to get on that front. Little seep on the transaxle in the lower spot here as well. Again, no drips or major leaks, just noticing slight seepage. A little bit of corrosion on this part here. No flaking, just light surface rust from what I'm seeing so far. I noticed some that this was probably most likely touched up here on the rockers, this black section here. If I look down the line, it has a little bit of a curve in it, as well as I seen some yellow spots of overspray. It almost looks like line paint or whatnot, but there's some bleeding down here as well from probably when they painted this. There was some touch-up spots, just a little bit there, but as you see right here, here's my magnet. This is getting very good magnetic adhesion. I don't feel like any of that was bondoed. I think it was just mainly probably visual touch-up from rock chips and whatnot. Yeah, no signs yet of any filler on this car, which without if it wouldn't be in any wrecks and with the miles on it, I wouldn't see why there would be any filler potentially, like. But this side looks a little more uniform. There is a little bit of a wave down the top of the line here, but not too bad. I honestly didn't even notice it till I got up here. I do see some runs in here as well. It's it seems like it was put on pretty thick, just as rocker guard type stuff. Doesn't match the rest of the paint. The rest of the paint is great. This area here just mainly looks like it was done to for one, cover any potential chips that were on there, and just cover that area up some more, but not really noticeable other than right now when it was on the lift. You can see a little bit of tape bleed through there. Yeah, it looks like just this front section here and then the rocker areas and probably the suspension components were lightly hit with some touch-up. But original pinch welds all there. Again, magnet testing comes back good. While we're here, we'll see if we can actually, yeah, we're getting good adhesion on the frame. I mean, it's pretty, most of it's either close to bare metal or light undercoating on it. So again, if there were any issues with any of the metal in it, it would probably be pretty obvious, because there doesn't look to be anything hidden in. Just while we're back here, I was just going to show a few more videos of the transaxle. This is made by ZF. It's a German company, I believe. These cars were used in the first Pantera, the first Dave Tomaso, the Mangusta or whatever it was called, as well as I think the Ford GT, the BMW M1, like 60s and 70s mid-engine cars ran this, and overall, from what I've read, good news about them. I have not found too many issues, other than right now I'm noticing this exhaust pipe is actually touching the axle right there. So I'm wondering if these were moved. Let's check the other side as well. This side's lower down than that side. I don't know if, let's see if we can see why. Honestly, I think that, let's see, the height. Yeah, this tailpipe here is up high. I think it's actually up too high for where they have it mounted. I don't know if this stuff was moved around or adjusted or not, but there is adjustments right there. Now this section of hanger seems pretty straight. This one here has a slight kink to it, so I'm thinking that just needs lowered a bit, which might not even be a bad idea before we take it out, because that is grinding on there. Glad we took a look at this again. That's something you notice second time around, not the first. There's another tag on there. I'm going to read it off. It's 009336. And then we have a 73 marker right there. So that probably works out that if this was a 74, this was produced in 73, late 73, and it was just a carryover, because this was kind of the end of the run of these cars was 74. I understand there's a few in 75, but I'm sure they were using any parts from previous years. A little bit too, this is another area where you could see paint bleed through. I guess they added this black in some areas here. I can see it bleeding through. This is like, the black looks to be just a spray job, a can job, I think. From what I can see the yellow bleeding through right here. And there's some, okay, there was some undercoating done in there. I can't see up there. I'll pull my camera up or see what we can see. Maybe there's, and then this part, it looks like this caliper on the back might have been rebuilt. That is a brand new looking seal on that side. Let's see how the other side, yeah, that as well. Might as well check the fronts, see if we could see anything, any other. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get a little startup video. I just checked the oil and everything. Just while we have the back engine cover off, I wanted to get some video of it running, so I'll try this out. Give it a couple pumps. Right up. Oil pressure shot right up. It's reading like 70 right now, which might be a little high actually, as far as I don't know if there's a little bit extra oil in it. Amps are reading well. Oh, just like last time, Jason. Almost out of gas. Right now we're sitting at like 1800 RPM. See if it'll, yeah, gas is out. It's just idling up. Shut that off. Got a little warning light there of some sort. I just turned the lights on. Everything sounded good within the mechanical side. They're both shining the same. Let's see if we can get them on tape going up and down again. That seems to work well. All right. Fans blowing now as well. Floor to top seems to work. What do we got here? Car and off. Oh, defrost. Okay. And it is on. That's warm. The hot thing kind of comes back. I don't know if maybe I need to have that on defrost. I don't know if that just incrementally goes in as it gets warmer or not. I'm not certain. Shut the fan off. Our courtesy light doesn't seem to be working. Let's check out our fogs. They have like marker lights in there, but yeah, they seem to work just fine. All right, almost wrapped up. We'll get the stuff back together and take it for a test drive here shortly. Alright, gearing up for our test drive here. I was going to let the car get up to temp first. It's about 30 or so degrees today here in sunny Pittsburgh. Very nice even lighting for the car though. You see a few snow flurries around, so the roads are dry, no salt on them though, so that's a good thing. One of the reasons why we moved the inspection around is to get a day like today. No white smoke, no black smoke, no smoke at all, honestly. Even exhaust pressure. Car's idling nicely now. See where it's sitting now. When I first started it was about 18, and it's dropped down. It's reading about 11 or 12 right now. Actually, that's about 11. Our oil pressure's still up sky high. I don't know if that's misreading or that's where this thing runs. I just don't know for certain. But we do have it, and the oil looked good and clean, and no issues on that end. So, okay, our temperature's up. We're almost up to 190, so we'll get going here. All right, we're good. Let's get the windows up. I forget where they were at. Oh, right, yeah. Gotta love those old window motors. Yeah, passenger side window's a little slower than the other side, but it does go up and down all the way. Should we go left or right?
You can go right.
Okay. Alright. Clutch feels nice and firm, and actually lets out very nice, not jerky or anything. So what's nice about all the torque out of that 351. Brakes feel good so far. Pull out. Just gonna go through the gears for now. The third. Fourth. There's a slight whining coming from, it sounds like the transaxle or something. Whenever I give it gas, it comes and goes. It doesn't sound to be anything of concern. You hear everything in this car, being that it's mid-engine. We're in 5th gear right now, just barely idling or barely giving it any gas. It's driving down the road very smoothly. Suspension feels like a sports car. It's stiff, it's firm, it's a good, how it should feel. And we'll get on the brakes a bit here, lightly let off the steering wheel, and we are straight and dead on. The brake does go a little bit low, but I think it's just, I'm not used to how these brakes are in this car yet, and they do seem to stop good. We'll give it a little bit more of a little bit more on it there. Give it some brakes now. Yeah, they go part way. They're a little soft, but even. I had noticed that the rear calipers look to be rebuilt. I don't know if there might be some air still in the system or not, but we feel pretty good. Is there anywhere in particular I'm going to be turning up here, just straight?
Yeah, just keep going. You can make a right at the, not here, but at the light.
Okay.
And then just turn around and come back.
Okay. They've got a little further up there in rev range. Car feels great. Very tight. Steering, I mean, it feels like a go-kart right now. I'll make a right in here and turn around.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, brakes do go a little lower than I would think that they were supposed to. Turn around down here at the end in this lot. There's an old Kings. I think there's like 1 or 2 of them left still.
Oh man. Yeah, pastime.
Yeah. Just make sure no one's coming from that way. Yeah, steering's very tight. Don't want to run the Pantera into the waste management truck. All right. Haven't shifted a gated shifter like that in a while.
It's a little tricky, huh?
Just, you know, you got to pay attention more than other vehicles, but yeah, that's still recording, right? We're good. Here on Freeport. Yeah, car's idling nicely. It's down below 1,000 RPM now. Temperature's still sitting at about 170 right now. Oil pressure's sitting a little lower, not pinged out as much. I'm just wondering if it was thinking about it still. It's a quick light. Get on it a little bit here just to. Yeah, no issues so far. Test drive's going great. No complaints other than brakes are a little soft feeling. Again, no issues noted with that. It could be a few things, but like I said, when I hit them, they evenly brake. Hands are off the wheel right now, and it's just coming right down even. No pulling left or right. Little hiccup there. I think that was just the 4-barrel hook. I was able to get through all the gears and also put it in reverse while we were pulling it out of the garage area. So no issues there. Everything seems to go into each gear evenly. Just a little stumble sometimes going in third there, but again, it seems more just like the carburetor's opening up of a stumble and more not a hesitation or anything. We're coming back up on the building now. There's the parade up ahead waiting for us to greet us upon our return. Yeah, you're right. Should I pull into...
Just pull right up to the garage door. I'll open the door for you.
Okay, it's this first lot here, not
Yeah,
that.
the first
Okay,
one.
yeah.
You can go up to the back. Yeah, that's fine too.
Is that okay? Let me get back in for you. All right, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so this is the last of the video. Just a final walk around. Again, I was very impressed with the test drive and the car overall. First impressions, very good. And again, this car looks just as good from 3 feet as it does from 30. The exterior is in excellent shape. The only true wear or anything you see underneath in the undercarriage is just slight surface rust. But honestly, it's for me, I would rather see that than see a bunch of undercoating covering that up right now. Overall, just beautiful car. Test drive was nice. Very impressed with that as well. Car pulled evenly and very nicely through all the gears. Went into reverse fine, seemed to get up to temperature and stay there and not move around at all. We let the car run for probably 5-6 minutes outside, and like I said, it's about 30 degrees out today, and it got up to temperature good and then just stayed there, and we put another however many minutes and miles on it on our drive, and nothing had changed there. All right.